going on, everyone? I know it's been a few days since I've made a video, but today I just wanted to talk about some of the importances behind meditating and why do I meditate, as well as a few different kinds. I'm definitely missing some. I'll talk about the two main ones that I've personally done before in the past and how they've helped me in certain kinds of situations. So usually what I do is I wake up in the morning and the first part of the day is just to do a quick meditation, 30 minutes, basically just gets you into the day. Now if you guys are people who work out, generally speaking, I'd probably do that before I go to the gym, just because I'll be a little bit tired after the gym, and usually I want to start my day right after I finish going to the gym. But usually I'll do a meditation for about 30 minutes, and during that time I do just kind of like mindful meditation, guided meditation, something very simple. So you can either just listen to soothing music and relax, just gets the body at a calm. That way you can kind of go and enter into your day with kind of a free state of mind, free spirit as some people might call it, right? And just be totally focused in on the day and zeroed in on what matters. So that usually happens in the morning. Then throughout the day when things certain things happen, you know, if I have a really tough decision to make or something hits me out of nowhere and it's like, hey, like I need a decision on this in 30 minutes and it's a pretty serious decision to make, I'll usually probably sit down in the middle of the day and meditate for again another 30 minutes to make that decision, just so that way when I go into the decision I don't have any other feelings attached to it, right? Like who knows, if somebody's pissed off at you, you don't want to just out of anger say no, you know, screw you, this is not the way it's going to go. You need to sit down, you need to think about it, but you also need to think about it in kind of a free state of mind, in a mind where nothing affects you, either you being happy or you being angry. You need to go into it just completely zeroed in, kind of like with nothing else attached to it, Zen type of spirit, you know, just going in with no emotions whatsoever, just a pure business state of mind. So that's what I do usually whenever an important decision comes up. Either we have to let somebody go, or hey, you know, somebody calls and they said we won't be able to make this certain timeline. Usually I'll be very frustrated and I'll be like, what do you mean, you know? But we need to go in and say, okay, what's the best way to approach this situation, right? So that's an important key there on how do I use the first kind of meditation, was just mindful meditation. Then they have what's called body scanning. And so this is the second part of meditation. So body scanning is usually go from head to toe. It doesn't really matter where you start, right? But you go and you think, okay, I'm going to start here and I'm going to start feeling the parts of my body. So I'll feel the top of my head. I'll feel the side of my ears. I'll feel my eyes. And then you just feel every single reaction that comes to your body naturally, and you don't have to try and force it, right? Sometimes it might be itchiness, it might be a sense of cold, a sense of the wind touching it, a sense of pain. You never really know, but you just want to scan the body and see, hey, what am I feeling? And really that allows you to isolate pieces of your body. And over time, you know, this is not used for, you know, different kind of situations. It takes a little bit longer. I do this for at least an hour, sometimes two, right? And I do it in the evening. And it just allows me to kind of go in and just get one with my body, right? Really understand, hey, what's going on? And you'll get really good at this. The first time, only do it for, you know, 20, 30 minutes, and you probably won't be able to do it. So when you first start out, use bigger pieces. Start by the whole top of your head, your whole face, your whole neck, your whole chest, right? And then once you get better, okay, my pecs, okay, my abdomen, okay. And then when it really gets interesting, you might start feeling things not just at the surface of your body, but inside. And it really makes you one with the body, and it really helps just kind of totally understanding your body, yourself, and your mind, and it gets you really, really relaxed. And with this one, if you have distractions around, definitely put some music in the background so you don't hear it. But if you don't really have distractions, usually I'll just keep it silent, nothing, right? So I can really focus in and zero in, and you know, you don't hear, like, let's say the waves in the background, which might give you a certain kind of emotion on your body, but the whole point of this is to be emotionless, right? You want to go into this with a free state of mind. You want to go into this with just feeling really what's going on inside the body. And so this one I usually use at the end of the day, and where I first learned this technique was from Vipassana meditation, and they have kind of a little bit of a twist to it, but you guys can just search body scanning, body imaging, or if you actually want to, Vipassana is a free course that you guys can take for 10 days, silent retreat, where you can't speak to anyone, can't talk to anyone, look anyone in the eyes, but you know, you get to just be one with yourself. There's nothing around that's impacting what are your thoughts in your day, so it's really pure thoughts as to what's going on with you. And I find this really crucial as to when I wake up in the day, I'm going in like super happy. Like ever since I started doing this, I used to have a lot of mood switches throughout my day, and it's really made it kind of more natural. Now there is still times where this does happen, but they've been highly, highly reduced. And that's why I think it's super important for anybody who's management, in business for themselves, they are an executive of a company, VP, any high up position where you need to make important decisions in your day, I think it's absolutely crucial that you do this. And if you don't, it at least deserves a shot. And so I think kind of going forward, if you just start out with just a little bit in your day and add on from that, and nobody's to say that I'm doing it perfect, right? So you guys might have ways that work for yourself. Understand your own body and work with it. But do not stop yourself from experimenting with new things. Always try new things and see what are better ways that I could be doing this. What are better ways to integrate it into my schedule? When should I be doing it? I used to never do it before I had an important decision to make. But then I realized, you know what, like, I think this is probably a good time to meditate. And I tried it out, and you know, for the better, it ended up being the right decision to do. So now every time before I have a big decision to make, I'm gonna sit down for 20 minutes, 30 minutes and just meditate, just become one and totally understand what's going on. So make sure if you guys are somebody who cares about your performance, the level of your decisions, meditating is something that you can do today, completely free, that will allow you and enable you to do these high level decisions that you might have not been doing otherwise, or might have had being impacted by emotions and other factors within your day. So definitely give meditating a shot if you haven't before. If you guys are in a region and you want to go try out Vipassana meditation, again, free, they feed you for the entire time, and it really allows you to find out, hey, is this something that I'm like to do? Now, it's not for everyone. It's extremely hard. It's one of the hardest things that I've done previously. You know, I went in, oh, I could start a business, this can be no problem. And a few days in, I'm like,